Well, hello everyone, and welcome back to the nursery, and welcome back to another video. So today's video is going to be a bit of a tag and chat today. I think we're going to have quite a few questions in this tag, and that means we can be able to change quite a few babies while we do this. So anyway, we're going to start out with baby Stephanie here. And I got some questions that we're going to go ahead and ask, and then once we get all the babies changed, and we'll see what we get through with answering the questions and getting everybody changed and stuff, and then maybe we'll do a little bit of chat and stuff. So we got quite a few questions to go through. So anyway, let me show you what we're going to put on baby Stephanie here. So I had her in this sleeper. I decided it was going to be laundry day last week, and so I went ahead and did all the baby laundry. And all of their clothes are clean and stuff now. So anyway, I had some new stuff that, well, I mean, it's not new anymore, but it was stuff that I had already showed you in the haul, but I decided to, they needed to be washed up because I wanted to wash everything before I put it on the babies. So anyway, I had changed everybody into different stuff than what you have seen on the videos. So anyway, Stephanie was in this little sleeper here, and you probably recognize it because I actually had this on Ellie. Anyway, we're going to go ahead and put Stephanie in this cute little dress with the leggings today, and this is Child of Mine by Carter's. So it's newborn size, but anyway, so let's go ahead and get on with the little tag today, and then we have these little baby socks we're going to go ahead and put on her too. So number one, would I ever do a Reborn outing? Well, it all kind of depends. It would depend on the circumstances, and would I ever do it alone? No. Would I ever do it just because? No. If I was going to be meeting up with someone with similar interests, or if I had a request for somebody to see one of the babies, then yeah, I would bring them, or one of them anyway. Actually, my hairdresser wants to see one of the babies, so next time I go in there, I'll have one of the babies with me to show her. But I think if the circumstances were just right or whatever, I might. I would have to really think about it because, I'm not a fan of getting like those little sidelong looks or anything like that from people. And I've seen quite a few reaction videos, and some people, have been just really, really fascinated and such. And then there's been some that's been, oh, you're crazy, blah, 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 because people just don't get it. But I think if the circumstances were right, like if my mom and I were doing the hobby together, or if I had a friend near me, and if we were going to go somewhere, then yeah, I probably would. But on just on a whim, oh, I'm going to take one of the babies out. No, I don't think so. Also, I want to keep them nice. I don't want anything to happen or anything. So, that's the thing too. Okay, so it would just depend on the situation if I would be, comfortable enough to do it. Number two is, would I ever role play? It's something that I don't do off camera. I definitely have a vivid imagination, and I've actually belonged to some what we call role play writing groups where you have several people get together, and you're concocting a storyline and stuff, and you're writing that story as if you were that particular character. And so that's been quite interesting. We've come up with some interesting stuff, but what I don't, it's something that I necessarily don't do off camera. If there was somebody that requested it in a video, then I would, I think it would be fun, but it's just something that I don't really do by myself, like off camera or anything. Mainly what I do with the babies is I dress them up real cute, and I'll hold them and stuff, but role play is just something that I haven't really took the time to do or anything. If I was going to do it, there's some things I have to pick up because I don't have any of the like bottles and fake formula or anything like that. But it's something that I wouldn't refuse to do. I mean, I would certainly do it if it was requested for a video or something. I would do it, but it's just something I don't take the time to do off camera, and so forth. But I'm not against it. Definitely not against it. Number 3. Number 3, would I own a large Reborn collection? Well, yes and no. I would love to just, my thing is boy, I would love to just take home all the babies I think that are super cute. Like, you know, I see a baby, it's like, oh, I want to adopt that baby. Oh, I want to adopt this baby. But the reality is, you know, here's the thing. The reality is I don't have an infinite supply of wealth. So I can't do that. It's not realistic to do. And number 2, I have to be mindful of my limited space. I actually have limited space here, and so I don't have enough room here at the right now to own a large collection. I don't have the luxury of having my own actual nursery. Yeah, I say welcome to the nursery on the videos, but I don't have an actual room set up where I do have a nursery. I am putting together my craft room, and I'm hoping that when that gets done, I can maybe have a baby corner or something, you know, but to actually have a full-fledged nursery, or to have the room to have, you know, maybe 20 babies or something, I don't think that's going to be something I'm realistically going to be able to do. Plus, to get 20 babies, that's a lot of money. Yeah, I know you would do it over time and such, but that is quite a bit of money. And I don't think it would be something that I could realistically do at this point in time. So would I have maybe 4 or 5 babies? Sure. You know, I would love to do that. I actually do have 2 Reborns, 2 Ashton Drake babies, and then there's another Reborn that will be on the way to me at the end of February. As you guys know, if you watched my other video, as you guys know, I am adopting little Nicholas from Reborn, Born Again Reborns. Her name is Sharon. Her name is Sharon as well. So I will be adopting little Nicholas that she reborned. He is the Danny Sculpt by Janie DeLange. So I think at that point in time, I will probably get maybe another little girl reborn. You know, just because I want to even it out, have 2 boys, 2 girls, you know, plus the Ashton Drake babies who aren't really like reborns, you know, they're babies, but they're not reborns. So that would be kind of nice. Okay, Stephanie, we're gonna lift you up just a minute so we can make sure we got your little leggings on you. Pull them up all the way. So that's probably what I'm going to end up doing is at some point I will get another little girl reborn. But for the time being, you know, I can't own a large Reborn collection because I don't have the room, number 1. And number 2, I don't have that infinite wealth where I could actually do that a lot. So yeah, I would love to, but at this point in time, the collection's probably going to stay pretty small. Number 4, would I ever own a silicone baby? At this point in time, no, and there are a number of reasons, and I will explain why. So, number 1, silicone babies are very, very expensive, and they are way, 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 way beyond my. They're way, way beyond my price range. I can't afford to spend like between $2,000 and $10,000 for a silicone baby. If I ever got a windfall, if I ever got very wealthy or something, then yeah, you know, I would think about it. But the other thing is too that, and I've done a lot of research on silicone babies, and the thing of it is from what I have read, they are total magnets for like lint and dust and fuzz and anything like that under the sun that they can attract. And I have 2 golden retrievers here, and if you are familiar with golden retrievers, they are very prolific in their hair leavings and their fur leavings. They shed. That's my fancy way of saying that they shed a lot. We're going to lift Stephanie up so I can pull down her dress. They shed quite a bit, especially, you know, those couple times a year when dogs really shed. But they do shed, and because, from what I have read, because silicone babies are magnets for dust and lint and anything like that, they would probably attract the fur that these boys shed. And so because of that, it really would not be the prudent thing to do to have a silicone baby, knowing that they're going to attract all that. Yeah, I take care of my things, and when I'm not messing with the babies, I do have them wrapped up in blankets and put away in my closet, so they're not, you know, just sitting out all the time. You know, number one, I don't have the room for them to sit out all the time like that. And number two, I do want to keep them very, very nice. And so I keep them wrapped up in blankets and put away in my closet when I'm not messing with them. So that would, if I had a silicone baby, that would be the case. But because I do have golden retrievers who shed, and because I don't have infinite wealth, I'm content to stick with vinyl. I think the silicone babies are beautiful. You know, they are incredible looking, and you get a really good artist and stuff, and yeah, boy, they have another level of realism and such. But at this point in time, I'm content with vinyl. Very, very content with vinyl. I was going to say something else on that, and I don't remember. But yeah, I'm very content with vinyl at this point in time, because I don't think it's the prudent thing to do is to own a silicone, because of the financial involvement it would take. And also, oh, I know what I was going to say. Also, another thing I've researched about silicone is they will tear easily, from what I have heard. And so, yeah, like I said, I'm very careful with my things. I'm very careful with my babies, but I don't want to be afraid that something is going to happen to a silicone baby, especially knowing how valuable and expensive they are. So at this point in time, I'm just going to steer away from the silicone. Number 5. Would I ever make reborns? Well, okay, so here is baby Stephanie. Here is what baby Stephanie looks like. And I went ahead and earlier I took the damp toothbrush and just kind of did her hair a little bit, because it was a little bit messy. I could get her little hair bow and put that on her. I might get her little hair bow and put that on her. Alright guys, let's go ahead and put Stephanie's little hair bow on her, and then we'll show you what she looks like with all of that on her. Whoops. There we go. Whoops. I think we're going to put that off to the side just a little bit. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Okay, so I want to get her hair caught. Okay. Do a little bit of adjustment, but would I make reborns? Well, there is not a simple yes or no to that question. I would love to make reborns. However, I don't know that it is actually in, I don't think that's actually where my talents lie. You guys have heard me talk in another video that I've actually got some pretty significant vision difficulties. I actually do have a pretty severe visual impairment. And oh my gosh, that looks really cute. So here is what baby Stephanie looks like in this little dress with the hair bow. I think that looks really cute. That looks so cute. Oh my gosh, that does look really cute. And I think I'm just going to pull that down just a little bit. It's a little uneven. Alright, so anyway, would I make reborns? Well, I would love to be able to, but with the vision difficulty that I have, and especially like with the finer details, I don't think it's going to be feasible for me to do that. I would love to. I would love to experiment and try, and maybe one of these days, if I get a bee up my butt or something, I might buy an inexpensive kit with, just some inexpensive supplies and stuff, and see if it is something that I could do. But I think at this point in time, I think I'm just going to leave that up to the experts and just be a reborn mom, because I kind of feel like that, especially with the finer details, and because I would have to get like really, really close to the work, I don't think that I would be able to do it. Now, as I said in another video, I do try not to let things stand in my way, and I'm not afraid to try anything new. But I'm also a realist enough to know that there's certain limits that I do have, and there's certain things that I cannot do. So I don't think that it's going to be something that I am going to mess with. However, to maintain a reborn, like to be able to reweight a baby, you know, to be able to, like if something happens where you have to, you know, put back a limb or something, you know, let's say something happens and you have to put the baby back together. I think that is a skill that you need to know how to do. If you're going to collect reborns, I think you need to know how to do that. And I've been watching a ton of tutorials on that, and it seems like easy enough. You know, just putting on the new zip ties and stuff, and that would be something that I could do, definitely. But to actually paint a reborn, especially, you know, I mean, look at the little creases and stuff, you know, look at the little nails, okay? I don't think I'd be able to see well enough to do that, you know, especially those, I mean, look at the little fingers. I don't think I'd be able to paint nails on a baby. I don't think I'd be able to get the finer details of the creases and stuff. So no, I don't think that painting reborns is going to be for me. I wouldn't be against trying it, but I just don't think that it's going to be something that's feasible for me to do. So I think as far as the hobby goes for me, I'm just going to enjoy being a reborn mom. All right, so I'm going to sit Stephanie aside, and we're going to, I think we'll get Ellie next, and we're going to see what she can wear, and then we'll continue the tag. All right, guys, we have Ellie next here, and so we're going to change Ellie into... We're just going to put her in this cute little dress here. Easy on, easy off. It's another Carter's, I believe, and we'll put these little white socks on her. So the next question is pretty much going on what I asked before. Would I ever sell reborns? And the only way that I would ever sell reborns is if I were to make them, and if I were to get good enough, like if I felt that the work was good enough to where they would be sellable, I would do that. But I don't think that that's ever going to happen for the same reason that I explained in the previous question. Now, the babies that I have, no, they're not going anywhere. The ones that I have in my collection, no, they're not for sale. So I'm not going to be selling them. No, I'm not going to be selling the babies I've already got in my collection. They're staying with me. Stephanie and Michael are staying with me. Ellie's staying with me. Zoe's staying with me. And then, of course, little Nicholas is not going anywhere. Definitely not. So, no, I would not be interested in selling the babies that I have in my collection already. Let's see. So, number 7 is would I ever discuss the hobby with people that I knew? It would depend. I don't think I would bring it up to just anybody, because this hobby has such a stigma of people thinking that we're crazy because we do this, you know, because we collect these types of dolls, these types of babies. Oh, we need to scoot you up there, Ellie. There's such a stigma, and so I don't think I would just like randomly bring it up or anything. It would depend if the topic ever came up. You know, I would then, yeah, I mean, I would talk about it with someone. But as far as just randomly like talking about it to somebody I knew, no, I don't think I would. You know, for the just because a lot of people like it's not a mainstream hobby, and so it's just, I think it's something that you have to kind of tread with care on, unless you're the type of person who, you know, who really doesn't care what other people think, you know, if you know, if you don't mind being dubbed crazy, or if you're kind of like, you know, if you're really outspoken about it and stuff, I mean, that's great, you know, that's really great, you know, gotta give you kudos for that. But for myself at this point in time, it would just depend on the situation. If the subject ever came up, yeah, I would talk about it and say that I'm interested in it, and, you know, that I am a part of the hobby. But, to just, you know, just to kind of, you know, just to bring it up or whatever, no, no, I think the right situation would have to come along. The right situation would have to come along for me to do that. And again, that goes along with doing the outings and so forth. Yeah. So it would depend. I won't say yes and I won't say no, because it really just depends on, it would just really depend on a given situation. Let's see. Would I ever collect any other types of dolls? Oh yeah, you guys know that I have quite a few Cabbage Patch Kids, so I've collected, I collect Cabbage Patch Kids, and when I was younger I had a whole, well, not a whole ton or anything, but I had a few Barbies. I had quite a few Barbies that I played with when I was younger. So I'm trying to find, I've actually been looking on eBay a little bit and looking for Barbies and dolls that I've actually had in the past, and I'm looking for some that are in good shape, you know, just because of the nostalgia factor and because I thought they were neat. So I have actually found, because I don't have them anymore, I don't have the ones that I actually played with when I was younger, so I've been looking on eBay and looking for Barbies and stuff that I've actually had in my collection when I was younger, and I found a few. I have actually found a few. If you're interested in seeing those, let me know. I would be glad to get them out. I don't have very many, but I do have a few. And yes, I do have Cabbage Patch Kids, and I will probably always collect Cabbage Patch Kids because I love Cabbage Patch Kids. So, would I collect other dolls? Oh yeah, yes, I have, and I do, and I will continue to. Oop, get this. I gotta get this over little Ellie's head. Oh my goodness. Now to the last question. Would I ever reweight a baby? The Reborns I have, I think they're weighted very, very nicely. So unless something were to happen and if they would ever need to be reweighted, yeah, I would be glad that I'd know how to do that. That way if something were to be needed to be done, then I could actually do that. I have been tossing up in the air, actually reweighting Ellie and giving her a different body because, you know, now that I have the Reborns, it's like Ellie is so stiff, especially with the armature. I'm just not a fan of the armature. I understand why Ashton Drake put armatures in there because it does make them pose very nicely, but it really impedes the cuddle factor. And if you listen to this, when Ellie's arms move, especially in and out like this, when they move, she squeaks. and I mean, what kind of a baby squeaks when their arms move, really, you know? So I'm toying with the idea of getting a different body, putting a different body on Ellie and reweighting her so that she feels a little bit nicer. I mean, it's not that she felt bad. I won't say that she felt bad, but I think the materials that they've used in her to weight her, she feels really gravelly. It's like there's gravelly stuff in her little bum, you know. So I kind of feel like, and somebody actually took apart an Ashton Drake doll on their channel. And Ellie, I put your dress on you backwards. Okay, folks, what kind of a mommy am I? I put her dress on backwards. Well, that's what happens when I get to chatting with you guys. It's like I get to chatting and then I don't concentrate and then I put I get the baby's dresses on backwards. Oh my goodness. So we're going to have to fix up little Ellie here, turn the dress around. But yeah, so I've been just toying with the idea of reweighting Ellie. Now, I was saying that somebody actually took apart an Ashton Drake doll. Because they wanted to give, for that very reason, they wanted to put on a different body, you know, a nicer body, as well as put nicer materials in to weight her. And it was a different doll. It wasn't Little Peanut here. Ellie is Little Peanut. Okay, I'm gonna have to fix her. I'm gonna have to fix your dress, turn you around a little bit. So, but it was a different Ashton Drake doll than. I think it was a silicone baby, in fact, to be honest. I think it was one of the silicone babies. And so she took apart the doll to put a different body on and to reweight. And I think it had sand in it, you guys. Like I think it had sand. And I've actually seen in other videos where it said the label said sand. And maybe the gravelly stuff that is weighting Ellie is sand. And I mean, the gal that took apart her Ashton Drake doll, I mean, she was really grossed out, like because she dissected the body, took the sand out, took out the sandbags, and she was like, oh, gross, you know, she was like really grossed out. And I mean, I imagine, okay, yeah, it's probably clean sand, but sand is like, I don't know, sand is just very crunchy. It's very gravelly feeling. It's not as nice as what you would get with a Reborn. So I have been, you know, now that I'm familiar with Reborns, and now that I know what they're supposed to feel like, I have been toying with the idea of tuning up Ellie a little bit and making her feel a little bit nicer. I would have to get the materials because I don't have the body, I don't have the filling material, the polyfill and the, you know, and the other stuff that you would put inside or anything. But I've been toying with it. I might do it. I haven't decided. I might do it. I don't know. If I do anything, the armatures definitely would have to go because I'm just not a fan of the armature. I don't like it. I don't like it. Because I don't like the way it feels. And also the thing too is like, let's say the armature does break, you know, let's say something happens with the armature and it's got the potential to, it's actually got the potential to poke through the vinyl. And if that were to happen, then you're going to have holes in your vinyl and your baby is going to be ruined. So, you know, I've been just toying with that idea. I really have. So you guys tell me what you think. You know, if you had an Ashton Drake baby, you know, would you consider reweighting them and putting on a different body and so forth? I haven't decided. I'm still kind of toying with that idea. But anyway, that is the end of the tag. That's the end of the tag. That was like 9 questions I asked. Holy cow. So we got 2 babies changed. Alright guys, I think we're going to go ahead and end this video. I was hoping that I'd be able to get all the babies changed by the time I got all the tag questions asked and answered and stuff. But this video went on for quite a while. I was going to do a little bit of chit chat, but I think we'll save that for next time. And so I think in the next video we will change Michael and little Zoe. She's my other Ashton Drake baby, and Michael is my other Reborn. So anyway, we're going to go ahead and end here, and let me just show you these adorable little girls. So here is Ellie. Here is what Ellie looks like. And of course, here is baby Stephanie. So we'll put them side by side, and oh, cute little sisters. Look at them. Aren't they adorable? But there is Ellie, and there is baby Stephanie. So anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, go ahead and give it a thumbs up. Hit the like button, leave us a comment, and tell me what you think. Subscribe to the channel if you have not done so already. Don't forget to do that. And of course, hit that notification bell so you can be notified when new videos are uploaded. You all have a great day, and we'll talk to you in the next video. All right, bye everybody.